Creating Your First Art Book, Part 1, The Journey. Published my first ever art book, many years worth of work. For me, it started with two very specific questions. One is whether I wanted it to be a retrospective project versus a project that was going to be a body of entirely new work. I decided to take it upon myself to, proverbially speaking, push this massive boulder up a mountain and take on a new task, which is character design. I just knew that it was something that was going to be a long commitment. This one took about 3 to 4 years to create. And, there was a variety of reasons why this was the case. It was a mixture of, prior commitments to projects I was already working on, family life. I'm a father of 2. So juggling those things over the years has been an interesting challenge, sometimes a stressful one, but also a very fulfilling one in kind of seeing something like this through. I started off by just doing some research. I wanted to look at artists that were in that space, crossing various mediums, but also looking at specific art styles, shape language, picking up new vernacular that I've learned along the way, taking things like online courses. Probably the biggest takeaway is, you just have to make the work. You just have to make it without overthinking it too much. Because I found that the specificity of something like this really comes through in the process of making. Again, kind of went in with a very generic theme, and I knew right away that to kind of pop that cherry was to just start making character designs. Just start rough, start creating things, seeing what sticks, playing with styles, playing with different types of elements of the anatomy, writing bios of these characters as well. Just tackling different aspects of it to help inform the design process. And it doesn't always work that way to, trust the process. Sometimes you go through it and you fail. But probably the major thing, trying not to be too caught up on perfection. I feel like perfection can be a really big Achilles heel. Striving for perfection is okay, but making that the sort of bar to suggest whether or not I should be moving forward, I think is a great Achilles heel for a lot of creatives, including myself. And you shouldn't let that hold you back in pursuing something as ambitious or even as new as this. When all is said and done and you have that body of work, self-editing is crucial for the success of this project. You want to be able to be in a space where you can look at it and sort of self-curate, see what works, what doesn't. Eventually that leads into a final product.